Hey guys, Dylan here. Now, today we are going to be reading another quickie discussion. Today's quickie discussion is going to be 2 articles on toys that Christian has bought, either with the money that you guys donate to him, or money that the state gives him. The first one we are going to be looking at is known as Christine Doll, and we start with this little quote from Chris. I was feeling lost for a very long time. I was also out of mental sync. I don't know what that even means. I finally feel sorted now. Thank you, me. The Christine Doll. Oh, that's a quote from the doll in Sonichu 12:9. God, I hate how Chris labels shit. Comic. Thanking Nightstar after being reborn as a clone of her. Wow, that's fucking weird. The Christine dolls are dolls ostensibly modeled after Chris, custom made from a vinyl scratch My Little Pony toy, meaning that he probably just fucking painted over it, figure, and a Skylanders 3D printed game avatar, which they don't actually talk about here, so I'm actually going to be opening another article in a second to read over that. The dolls seem to serve a similar function as the medallion, in that they broadcast to the public his interest in gender identity and of course the fact that he is autistic. And here's a photo of the 2 dolls, and they labeled it as "This is sad," and you can see the Skylanders toy that I will be talking about after I'm done talking about this My Little Pony abomination. And the fucking god, the strokes aren't even like consistent on the fucking My Little Pony toy, and he's proud of this. Like, you can see where the paint is chipping, but okay, I guess that's what he fucking wants. At least the Skylanders one looks good, but you'll find out why it looks good in a minute. The first appearance of the MLP doll was in a paid video request entitled Singing an Old Ditty, in which is perched on the desk. During a subsequent request video, Chris said that this is another custom figure I made. Our hair matches. A few months later, in January 2017, he began showing off another custom Christine doll, this one designed in the Skylanders video game. And that's what we're going to be reading in a second. In public. He was spotted in public with the MLP figurine sticking out of his purse. Yes, he carries around a purse because he is still trying to convince people that he is a woman. A balding woman, but still a woman. By a field agent who snapped his photo at Toys R Us in September of 2016. RIP Toys R Us. When Chris went to the Seville LGBT Pride event a few days later, he posted a photo to Facebook showing the Christine doll holding hands with another vinyl doll, with the caption, "Vinyl and I are enjoying the music at Seville Pride 2016. Chris photographed himself playing with both the Christine dolls in public at the End Games in January 2017. His habit of bringing his toys in public to play with is not exclusive to these. In 2015/16, he brought amiibos modeled after Sonichu and himself to places such as McDonald's and OmegaCon. I'm sure the people at McDonald's really wanted to see him play with his shitty wannabe reject Happy Meal toy. Role-playing. Chris displayed yet another sign of his deteriorating mental condition when he uploaded a set of videos in September of 2016, a paid request, and his political commentary in which he continuously says "we" in reference to himself and the doll. In December of 2016, he still had this disturbing habit, as seen in the Z-Ring Fun Extra at the 1 minute 34 second mark, when he knocks over the doll and calls it himself. He again posted them as lesbians, photographing the scene and posting it to Facebook the following year. And this is the photo that they are talking about right there. Enjoy that for the few people who actually like that. The MLP doll was featured in a Little Fluttershy singing imitation in a video of Chris's doll singing in a voice from the MLP show, which he tweeted at the actual voice actors. I feel bad for her. I feel bad for her that she knows that someone's taking her voice and is playing with dolls, and it's a grown fucking man. In the comic, in Sonichu 12.9, the MLP Christine doll appears as an alternate dimension doppelganger of the humanoid Nightstar, which I don't fucking know what that is, and I'm not even gonna try and know what that is. I'm not that far in the comic, and is also given the name Nightstar, although her full name is Christine Night Weston Star Chandler. So that means yet again another fucking character with a name similar to Chris's is running around, even though they're kinda Chris but also not Chris. That makes like fucking 5 characters with the name Chris or Christine in some form or fashion. She is described as an old prototypical friend. What is a okay, just fuck it. Of Nightstar and Christine's. After the two met up, Nightstar shows off her cutie mark, a sign of one's destiny stamped on their hip, a concept Chris ripped straight off of My Little Pony, which, God, Chris, why you gotta fucking work My Little Pony in the Sonichu? Seeing her doppelganger's mark is enough for her to transform Alt Nightstar into a new form that more closely matches Nightstar's. The scene was presumably written by Chris to retcon his prototype pony Sona to visibly resemble his newer one. From a reader's perspective, this scene highly is confusing, as Nightstar had only just debuted in this comic in the very same scene that she was magicked into a new form that looks identical to a character who has only recently debuted in the story, both of whom are based on Chris's ideal view of his tomgirl self. But that's dealing with Sonichu. That's always been Sonichu, just like when Nate Cirque transformed to look identical to Chris Chan. It makes no sense, but that's shit that happens in Sonichu. Destruction. And of course, because it's fucking Chris Chan, the thing that he bought with other people's money, he fucking destroyed it. On January 16th, 2018, Chris filmed himself destroying the Christine doll after the idea guy convinced him it was bugged by Nazis, because the idea guy was working a lot of Nazi shit into Sonichu. And this is its terrible remains. You can see its legs broken, its hair broken. Ah, God. What a bad end for this shitty fucking doll. Remains of, yeah, God. He crushed it with the bedpost. He couldn't even break it himself. Couldn't even get a brick or anything like he did with the fucking PS3. Resurrection. On February 19, 2018, Chris unveiled new versions of the doll. Chris painted white stripes on the figure's arms and a triangle on its chest, intended to resemble the Adidas tracksuit from the Gopnik video, which Chris had worn regularly since his debut in Cherokee Enchant. I don't know what the fuck that is. What the fuck is Cherokee Enchant? Oh, it's a video. God, what the fuck? I need to do a video on that too. What the fuck is Cherokee Enchant? Chris does not seem to care that the figure's shirt does not resemble the tracksuit in either color or fit. Check it out. Updated Nightstar and myself Equestria Girl minifigures, and I guess we're gonna zoom in on these. Let's take a look at them. Oh God, the pink one. The pink one looks like it's covered in rashes because the paint is so inconsistent, and that one looks like its face is melting this time around. Oh God, this one looks worse than the original figure. It literally looks worse than the original one. It's got a paper Sonichu medallion, even though Chris said he would never wear a paper medallion. I guess his dolls can wear a paper medallion. Oh God. And then we see them hanging out with the amiibos. And the amiibos are just as shittily painted, but I shouldn't be shocked. It's fucking Chris Chan we're dealing with here. Oh God. And then we have one with her hanging out with his Sonichu form, updated to be a female. So yeah, that's all the fucking toys here. And then we see a photo right here. I'm not clicking on all of these, but we see a toy right here. That's the fucking Skylanders figure, and I'm gonna explain how he got that in a second. And then this is a page from the comic after that character transforms, and now that character, who somewhat looked original, is now just a clone of Chris Chan. Meaning that we have Chris Chan's sister Crystal, fucking Nate Cirque, and this character all being clones of Chris Chan. Literal fucking clones. God. The Sonichu comic. Fuck the Sonichu comic. And now we are going to go over to the other one. Chris Chan versus Chaos, and he spelled Chaos wrong. Chris tempts his audience into purchasing merchandise via silently playing Skylanders while his television plays History Channel's reality series Pawn Stars, because of course they would be into that. In the background, he misspelled Chaos, the character's name. A Kiwi Farms user provided an explanation of Chris's plan. Let's take a look at his character screen real quick though. I wanna see what this character looks like. It literally looks like an SJW feminist stereotype. It looks like what you would see in one of the fucking anti-SJW memes. Like, it's got a round face and blue hair. That's Chris's character, though. It says Christine Chandler, level 6. And he made it an angel because of the whole CPU shit. If you use the Skylanders app to make your own character, like Chris has done with the blue-haired person here, you can then pay to have them professionally printed by the Skylanders company for $14.99 for a card, $24.99 for a t-shirt, and $49.99 for a figure, which Chris did get the figure. We know that because we saw the figure hanging out with his other figures. Chris is probably looking for a resale at a profit. So Chris is saying, watch my blue-haired character fight in this video, and then pay me to order some merchandise of it through the app, which he did. We know that he has the toy. He says he is not using the app's chirp feature. Chirp, what the fuck is chirp? Because chirp is a way of transferring and sharing his creation. Doing so would let people order his character directly, cutting Chris out of the loop and whatever price hike he has in mind. Okay, so if he used this fucking chirp feature, then people would be able to get it themselves and get it for the regular value. What Chris Chan wants to do is order the shit himself and then double the price and then fucking sell it to people online. What a fucking asshole. Dear God. And then let's take a look at some of his gameplay. It won't really matter because I'm not going to turn up the volume. I don't want any chances of a copyright strike. This is some Skylanders shit. If the Skylanders company is even still around, because I know that game is fucking dead now. So yeah, Chris wanted you to buy this figure, and he wanted you to buy shit of this character, even though it's just a shitty Skylanders OC, and no one even fucking likes Skylanders anymore. But yeah, that was Chris Chan's toys. Hopefully you guys learned something from this article. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I tried something new by reading multiple articles because I knew the Chris versus Chaos would be a really short one, and I would rather have it tied in with the other one than be its own thing. If you guys learned something, then hit that like button. If you really like it, then share it, and if you want to see more videos like this, then subscribe. Bye guys.